We are looking at an amazing short yardage setup that is perfect for when you need to pass the ball in the red zone. The play is quick rub return or goal line rub return depending on your playbook, and we are back in the formation gun trips Y slot week. So this is the play quick rub return, and we always want to have our formation flipped so that our trips receivers are lined up on the wide side of the field. Now, there's only one adjustment that we have to make before the snap, and that is to take our solo receiver and put him on a deep dig route. So we're going to first put him on an in route. Then we're going to custom stem his route up by 2 clicks on the D-pad. So for custom stem, go to your hot routes menu, select your receiver, hold down LB or L1 for custom stem, and then 2 clicks up on the D-pad, and now he's running his dig route along the back of the end zone. Now also for this tight end, if we were out in the middle of the field, I would put him on a streak, but since we're down here closer to the goal line, I'm going to leave him on a corner route, and you'll see why in just a little bit. Now, whenever I'm labbing red zone passing setups, I always like to lab against 3 types of defense: shaded down cover 3, shaded down cover 2, and press man coverage. And so to start, let's look at some shaded down cover 3. And you're going to see here, and this could be the same against cover 2 as well, but what's going to happen is that we're going to have 2 reads on both our quick slant from the outside trips receiver and our return route for our middle trips receiver. And one of these guys is going to be open every single time. And so right there, the return route is the one that's open. And if we look at the replay real quick, what we're going to see that's happening is that this linebacker on the right side is being put in conflict. And so as our outside receiver comes across on this quick slant, he is being pulled inside. And as a result, there's a huge window for us to throw to our return route for the easy touchdown. And it's going to be the exact same thing if it's shaded down cover 2. So let's put the defense in a shaded down cover 2 this time. But it's going to be the exact same thing. If we go ahead and snap this ball, you're going to see that the slant is going to pull guys inside once again. And we have the return route open for an easy touchdown. I think that was a touchdown, or maybe he dropped it. I don't know. But he was wide open either way. And so same exact concept. And of course, if your opponent wanted to, like, let's say this is the user right here. If he wanted to fully commit to guarding this return route, so we can kind of like man him up and pretend that he's going to just manually guard the return route, then of course that means there's going to be no one to guard the quick slant over the middle. And now that's just the easiest completion ever. And so that's why our first 2 reads are always going to be just that 1-2 punch of the quick slant and the return route. And if both of those were covered, we would of course then look at the corner route and our deep dig along the back of the end zone. Now, the other type of defense we want to look at is going to be press man coverage. So I'm going to put the defense here into cover 1 and go ahead and press. And what you're going to see here is that we're actually going to be able to create a rub concept with our outside trips receiver on this quick slant. And that's kind of why the play is called quick rub return. But what's going to happen is that more often than not, the outside trips receiver on the quick slant is going to pass right under the return route. It's going to create some bumping that's going to bump the defender off and give you at least a yard or 2 of separation, and you can hit the quick slant over the middle. And so if we go ahead and snap this ball, you're going to see that there's the bumping right there. And it's not anything super crazy, but it's also enough to get the separation. We look at the replay real quick, and you see all you need is just that yard or 2 to make all the difference. And so here's our outside receiver. He cuts inside, and look at the bump right here. That's the bump. And I know there wasn't much, but when you watch it in real time, you can kind of see the slowdown a little bit. Like he had to slow up to kind of pass in between those 2 players. So even if there technically wasn't a bump, you can see right here, he is getting bumped. There's the bump right there. And it slows him down just enough that now you have separation for an easy completion over the middle. We'll do it one more time. Go cover 1 once again, press, let everybody get set, get our deep dig on our solo receiver. And when we snap this ball, we're going to see once again, that's an even bigger bump. And now we are down there, not in the end zone, but we're still down to like the 1 yard line. And at that point we can just go goal line. And so you'll see the bump one more time over here. And this time it was even much more pronounced than before. He cuts underneath, they run into each other, and now you have a ton of separation for an easy completion to your receiver. And maybe you fall forward into the end zone, or at the very least you're down to the 1 yard line. Now, the other route that we're going to have to beat press man coverage is going to be this tight end corner route. And so if we put the defense in cover 1 once again, we'll see how this tight end corner route runs. And obviously it kind of depends on the route rating of your tight end. But if you have even an average tight end, you can usually get a little bit of separation, pass it outside, and possession catch it, and you've got the easy touchdown. And so I really like the corner route down here in the end zone. And then sometimes your deep dig can come open as well. It's definitely going to depend on the particular receiver that you have there. But in general, the play quick rub return is really, really solid for beating zone coverage or press man coverage or whatever your opponent throws at you when you're trying to pass the ball down around the goal line.